Hi, welcome to Melissa's Money Mindset. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you exactly how I've managed to sell more than $2.3 million worth of product on Merch by Amazon. But before we get into the details, if you could please do me a huge favor and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you never miss a money-making idea. Let's get right into it. So you might be wondering, what is Merch by Amazon? So it's basically just another branch of Amazon that offers POD services, so print on demand services, meaning that you as the seller basically apply to their program, which we'll go through. You then have a design made, you upload it to their platform, they list it on Amazon.com. And then once somebody purchases your product, Amazon then prints that product so that you don't have to hold any inventory, and then they ship it and deal with all the customer service as well. So let's take a look at what this might look like. All right, so if you choose to apply to this program, this is what your Merch by Amazon listing would look like. You can tell it's a Merch by Amazon listing because of this tag right here that says Amazon Merch on Demand. So all the seller basically had to do was upload their PNG file. In this case, this looks like it was an AI created design, so that's pretty easy. You just input a brand. Here, their brand at the top is Funny Alien Cat Selfie Shop. They put in a title. And then as you scroll down, you can see that they selected fit type for men, women, and youth. They selected what colors they wanted this standard shirt offered in. And then if you continue to scroll down, they also input this description here. So you can add all of those things to your designs. And then the other nice part is that there are a lot of other products that you can sell. So this is an example of a standard t-shirt, but they also offer premium shirts, long sleeve shirts, zip hoodies, normal hoodies, V-necks for women, tank tops, and I think they also offer phone cases and pillows too. So the great part about Merch by Amazon is that they handle all the headache for you. You don't have to hold inventory, which is a huge pain point for sellers. You don't have to deal with any customer support, and you don't have to deal with fulfillment. You just know that once you see a sale come through on your side, Amazon is going to fulfill that, and then they will pay you a royalty for each item that you sell. Another nice part of all Merch by Amazon products is that they're all eligible for Prime shipping so that you know that your customers will receive their items quickly. And of course, another positive of Amazon is its global reach. Amazon consistently receives more than 2 billion visitors per month. So why not capitalize on that? And even if you aren't running ads to your products, chances are pretty good that you'll just organically sell products because there's so much traffic going to Amazon, which can't be said for a lot of other competitors like Zazzle and Teespring and even Redbubble. All right, so you've decided that you want to give Merch by Amazon a try, but you might be wondering what the next steps are. So you can either Google Merch by Amazon, or you can go directly to their website at merch.amazon.com. Once you're there, you just create or sign in to your existing Amazon account, and then you can go through the application process. This is one of the only POD offerings that you have to apply to be a part of, and it can be kind of a tricky process. I know some people that have been denied multiple times, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you're doing anything wrong. I think it's just because there's probably so many people applying, and the Merch by Amazon team is just being inundated with applications, and they feel like they can't accept everybody. Otherwise, it would just overwhelm the Amazon platform. So be patient with this, but make sure that you're filling out your application to the best of your knowledge. So they're going to ask you really basic questions like, what's your name? Do you have a business name? Make sure that you're typing in your address correctly, and double and triple check your payment and banking information. This can be the simplest reason that you might be rejected on your initial application. Maybe you just typed in your bank account number wrong or your routing number wrong. So just make sure all of that is correct. Then you'll move on to additional questions like what industry type you're applying for. So I think I applied as a novelty t-shirt business. I know a lot of people that have done that and gotten in on the first try. You could also select a small business, or there's a few other options in the drop-down menu. So just select whatever is most applicable to you. And then you can write a description of your experience in this area here. So this is a wonderful place to basically showcase a portfolio if you have one of those. a website or any of your current designs. You can even talk about any history, if you have history of selling on Etsy, Redbubble, Zazzle, Teespring, any of those other platforms. If you consider yourself an artist, I actually have an entire video dedicated to this application process, so I'll link that above. I highly encourage you to reference that if you're having problems getting accepted or if you just want someone to walk you through your initial application. So basically, you just submit your application and then you wait. So I started doing this back in 2017, so it's been quite a while since I had to apply. I don't remember how long I had to wait to be accepted. They've definitely gotten a bit more strict in the past few years. So once you're accepted, or even while you're waiting for your acceptance, I highly encourage you to start doing some research on what designs you're going to have made or you're going to make yourself and upload to the platform. Now, the other thing that I wanted to mention was Merch by Amazon's tier system. So again, this is unique to Merch. Most print-on-demand platforms, you can just upload as many designs as you want to. But once you're accepted into the Merch by Amazon program, you can upload 10 designs. So again, we want this to be your best work. And then to get out of tier 10, I believe you have to sell 10 designs, and then you'll move to like tier 25, sell 25 designs, move up to tier 50, yada, yada, yada. So basically, Merch is just wanting to make sure that you're uploading quality designs. One, you can follow directions and their terms of service, and you're not infringing on anybody's intellectual property, copyrights, trademarks, all of that stuff. And they want to make sure that you're uploading stuff that people are actually going to buy. If you're putting up just random stuff that's never going to sell, then they probably don't want you as a seller on their platform, right? Because you're not going to bring them any money. I'm currently at tier 200,000, so I can have 200,000 unique designs live, and I believe I can have up to something like 15 million products total because they have so many other products, and then I have all my products uploaded to all of their different marketplaces that they offer worldwide. All right, so once you've determined that there's market demand, I highly recommend that you hire a designer. So while I know Photoshop at a very rudimentary level, I feel like it's not worth my time to sit and dilly-dally around with creating terrible Photoshop designs. So I have hired somebody from day one on Upwork. I have a few different designers that work for me. And honestly, it's getting harder to find good designers. So the ones that I've hired recently, I've really had to like dig through Upwork. Like so many people apply to the jobs, but then half of them are stealing work from other people. So make sure if you're going to Upwork that you're doing your due diligence. So make sure that you're reverse Google image searching everything to make sure that they're not taking designs from somewhere else. Ask them to see like the Photoshop file or the AI file so that you can see all the layers to make sure that they're the ones actually putting in the work. I've also looked on Fiverr, and usually I pay someone anywhere between $4 and $8 if it's like a simple design. If it's a fully illustrated, beautiful design, I can pay anywhere upwards of $20 per design. But some of the best people that I've hired have been people that haven't had any previous jobs on Upwork. So they haven't had any reviews, which is kind of a risk, but I always do a test run. So I'll give them like 3 test designs to do, and then I'll check all their work. I'll check all of their files and everything to make sure it's legitimate. And it seems like people that don't have any reviews or they're new to the platform are actually willing to work harder for obviously their first client. And then once they have you as a client, they want to work hard to make you happy and keep you around, right? That being said, even after you've hired someone, I've had some designers on staff for years, and I still check every single design just because I want to protect my business at the end of the day, right? Like I am responsible for what I'm uploading to the Amazon platform. I don't want to be infringing on anybody else. And ultimately, Amazon can ban you from the platform, even if you're accidentally using somebody else's work. So at the end of the day, it's your responsibility to be on top of things like that. So just a reminder to check every single design that you receive. All right, so once you have all of your designs back, it's time to upload your design. So let's walk through that process together quickly. So here you can upload your PNG file. Make sure that it's the correct dimensions or it won't upload very well. So the correct dimensions are 4,500 by 5,400 pixels. And then also on most of the designs here, you can actually zoom in, zoom it in, make it bigger, zoom it out, make it smaller so that it fits each product better. So I've noticed that, especially on like the hoodies and the zip hoodies, I sometimes have to make the design a little bit bigger, and then you can also center it too. Then you can select what fit types you want. So men, women, or youth. So if you're new, especially pay attention to youth. If you are in doubt at all that what you're putting on the shirt is not appropriate for children, do not check the youth box. Again, Amazon can ban you if you're trying to upload something that's explicit and you're trying to put it on a youth design. So once you have the fit type selected, you can choose what colors. A maximum of 10 colors can be selected. And then the next and most important part is selecting your price. So right next to the price that you set, you'll see exactly what you'll be paid. So you'll see your royalty amount. So this is your profit for each sale of that item. I personally like to start out low. So I list all of my new products at $14.99 because I'm a big review person. I think about myself on the Amazon platform. Am I going to pay $19.99 for a product that has no reviews? Probably not, unless I'm really in love with it. So I've had a lot of success with starting my prices out low, and then as they sell, you can come back in here and edit them. So increase it from $14.99 to $16.99. And then some of my best sellers are up to $19.99. You can see the royalty amount changing as you're altering the price of your product, but I'll also insert a screenshot here of a resource from Amazon. And it basically breaks down all of the potential royalties by product and by country. So here you can see standard shirt examples in the US, in the UK, Germany, France, Italy, Spain, and Japan. And it has all of their products here so that you can see, oh, if you're listing a new t-shirt at $15.99, your royalty will be $1.93 per sale of that shirt. All right, and then once we're done with those things, you can add a brand at the top. So it can just be any brand that you come up with. A title for your design. So you want to make sure that you're putting in appropriate keywords here, but that you're not keyword stuffing. If you've been on Amazon for a while, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. And same thing with your bullet points and your description. So make sure that you're writing full and complete sentences for these. You're not just spamming the heck out of these areas, because that might rank better, but honestly, you can get in trouble with Amazon for doing that. So I never do that. I also always use the Merch Informer trademark checker. That's another part of that software that I absolutely adore. I would honestly be lost without it. Obviously, with Amazon, you need to be careful and mindful of other people's work and their trademark and any copyrights that they might have on their work. So obviously, you're not going to be putting up big brands like Nike or Jordans. But sometimes there's just random words strung together that seem like common everyday words. And that's actually a trademarked brand name. So with Merch Informer, basically at the click of a button, it will check USPTO, which is the US Patent and Trademark Office database. And it can also check the European version of that as well. With the click of a button, it will highlight it. And then you can check out each one to see, like, is this trademark still valid? Is it expired? You can look at the specimen to see, is this related to what I'm doing at all? Or do I think it's unrelated and I'm not infringing? So that's been super helpful for me. So once you're happy with all of those details in the description, you can click publish. And then at that point, especially for new sellers, your items will likely be manually reviewed by someone on the Merch by Amazon team. So they will either be published and they'll go live on the Amazon website, or they can be rejected. And usually if they're rejected, they'll send you an email saying why they're rejected, whether they think that you were infringing on somebody's intellectual property, or you checked youth and they didn't think that your design was appropriate for a youth design. There can be any multitude of reasons. So don't get scared. Again, respond to the email. If you don't understand what the problem is, there's a human responding to you on the other side. So be respectful. These people are here to help you. So kind of problem solve with them. And then you can always edit and then resubmit. Or if you're afraid that it's going to be rejected again, just use a completely different design and start from scratch again. And then once your products are live on Amazon, you're eligible for people to start buying them. So congratulations, you've made it this far. you are an Amazon seller and you're hopefully about to start making some pretty good money. Once you've made it here and you are a published Amazon seller, there are a number of ways that you can scale your business. So one big point is running ads. So because the Amazon market is so saturated, very common that designs will just kind of get lost in the abyss of Amazon, especially if they don't have any reviews. So if you're a new seller and you're putting up a new product, it can sometimes take you a while to have a few sales to get out of tier 10. So even if you want to have like your family or friends come and buy your products, that's totally fine. Obviously, they're paying for it with their own money anyway. But running ads to Amazon can really help your products stand out in the sea of products that already exist there. But one caveat is I would definitely take the Amazon ads course, because if you don't know how to run ads, you can pretty quickly spend a lot of money. So I have taken the Amazon ads course. I've been running at my own ads for years, and I feel like it's just like never ending. I feel like I'm always learning something new. Amazon ads is always adding something new to the platform. So I log in and I check it multiple times a day just to make sure that I'm not overspending on things, that my ads are performing well. I'm turning off ones that aren't performing well. I'm optimizing other ads. It's just something that I constantly have kind of in the back of my mind. So before you start any ads, I highly recommend taking the ads course. This is a great option because it can significantly increase your visibility, especially during holiday seasons. So another great option is expanding to non-US markets. So I do make a decent amount of money from the Germany audience and from the UK audience as well, but they also offer platforms in Italy, France, Spain, and Japan. So, and you can also run ads to those platforms as well, again, after you've taken the ads course. So another idea, since there's no exclusivity agreement with Merch by Amazon, is to take those same designs and list them on other print-on-demand platforms. So I have some listed on Etsy, and I use Printful to fulfill those. You can list on Redbubble, Society6, anything like that, and really capitalize on the money that you're spending to have those designs created. So you can also capitalize on upcoming holidays and events. So I feel like every POD seller is always prepping for Q4. Q4 is absolutely huge. People are always online buying gifts, spending money. So you can make the bulk of your income just in Q4. But I spend most of the year optimizing my listings, optimizing my ads, and kind of prepping for those things. All right, so that's my very general overview of Merch by Amazon. If you've watched my introduction video, you know that it was my first soiree into making money on the internet, and it helped me step back from my previous nursing career and become a full-time e-commerce seller. So I could honestly go on and on and on about all the details around this platform. So let me know exactly what you're interested in seeing. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. As always, feel free to follow me on my other social channels here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.